What up, y'all? It's your boy DWB, aka Driftworks Beats. But today I'm not here to talk about music or anything. I'm actually here to talk about the state of YouTube and how it's affected me not only as a person, but as a artist and a fellow YouTuber. If y'all don't know, let me give you guys a little bit of back history. I started YouTube out in 2011 making AMVs, and if you don't know what an AMV stands for, it's anime music video. They're quite popular, actually. They've been popular since the very beginning. My first one was actually my first video was an AMV that I made using the anime series Beck Mongolian Chop Squad and the song Stricken by Disturbed. I made it look like they were actually playing the song Stricken in the music video. It was super cool, and just from there it went. But as time went on, I started to develop this skill for, music, obviously, and I kept on doing it, and I'm now at where I'm at. Now, what people don't realize is the state of YouTube's in a very messed up place with all these, supposed crews going around, all these groups, and there's this whole new pandemic of IP2 being around. And it's a very dangerous time to be on YouTube, honestly. It really is. It's very, very dangerous and very scary. Now, if y'all don't know what these groups like what they do with IP2 or what IP2 even is, from my understanding of what I found out it is it's a thing that you can go on the website, you can look up IP2 or whatever, and then it'll give you a whole list of things. Like, what it'll do is you pull it up, and you'll have different, names that are on YouTube, like myself and many others. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the correlation between these groups? What these different groups, like the Bender Boys, the Juggernaut, and the War Pigs do, is they'll sit there on IP2 and they'll go around, find YouTubers that they like, that they don't necessarily like, that they want to screw with, that they want to troll on, and they'll put their names into IP2. They'll put them in the IP2 server, and there'll be a little record or a live button next to their name on IP2. Now, whenever that person goes live, what they'll do is they'll jump on that live stream, act as if nothing's wrong, act as if there's somebody else, like they're a legitimate fan, and then they'll bring other trolls over onto there. They'll flood the chats with trolls and people that just genuinely hate them, just to scrutinize them and to troll them and to bully them. Now, I myself am a victim of actually all three of these groups. Well, not necessarily the War Pigs. The War Pigs didn't really do anything. But the Juggernaut and the Bender Boys, I am a victim of. What they did is very screwed up. They offered me 2 separate contracts for my music. 2 separate contracts. They offered me all this stuff and whatnot. They even threw me up into a Discord server and whatnot, which at first is cool. I had no problem with it, whatsoever. I was totally chill about it, because they approached me and were like, hey, we want to help you get your music out there. We like your content. We want to help you get out there. You can really make a living off of this if done properly. And so, at first they did that. But then I soon found out one day when I was browsing through one of the Discord servers that they were making memes about me. And they, at that point, not only started making memes about me, they started attacking my family in many different ways. Everything from making memes about my nephew, to taking photos of me, my girl, and just really making messed up memes that were very degrading. I mean, very degrading. And then soon after that, they resorted to making videos about me, making it look like I said stuff that I did not say. Taking videos where I did like little dances and whatnot, and basically trying to humiliate me. And that's the kind of thing these people will do. This is what they do. Now, another thing that they do, like what the real Miss Jamie Nicole, who's a fairly famous YouTuber at this point, basically what they do, or what she does, I should say, is if she doesn't get her way at all, like if she doesn't get her way of, oh, you know, hop on my live stream, hang out, blah, blah, blah. If she doesn't get her way, she'll then resort to very messed up things, such as, like, when she paid my girlfriend's phone bill, or say my fiance, whenever Jamie paid her phone bill, and she'll use that against her, or she'll even resort to even messed up tactics, like getting a hold of and in touch with Heather, my fiance's ex, Jessica, and making up all these lies and these excuses to make it harder for me and my girl to get, you know, our daughter back. My stepdaughter, her blood daughter. Now, another thing these people like to do is they like to trigger people. Like, and normally I'm not one that's very easily triggered, but they've gone so far with me. They've literally made videos stating that I killed one of my best friends when I did not. They made very messed up videos about me. They've threatened me. They've threatened to have my friend Suplex City Vlogs swatted. They threatened to have us killed many different times. Not like killed like that, but like killed like us and our channels taken down and whatnot. That sort of killed off. Not like, you know, gun to the head. Kill like, you know, hey, you know, you got killed off of YouTube, your channel's no longer around. They threatened to do that. They even they got to the point where they swatted famous music artist Aaron Carter, who is actually the younger brother of Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, who I'm a fan of. I grew up on their family's music. I grew up listening to Aaron Carter. I grew up listening to the Backstreet Boys. But they've resorted to that, to picking on people that are, you know, and no offense to you, Suplex, none at all whatsoever, bro. So don't take any offense to this when I say this, buddy. But they resorted to picking on mentally handicapped people, like my good friend Suplex City Vlogs. And they've got people like him brainwashed that I'm a bad guy, when I'm not. I'm merely here trying to do my job as a music artist to get paid for what I do. And due to all this negativity, I was forced to shut down my Cyraxx channel. I had to shut that down, sadly, because of all the negativity they brought. But I will say this, for those of you wondering, am I going to be starting up my own label or looking for a record label? The answer to that is yes. I am starting up a label with my fiance, who you guys already know. I don't need to say the name. You already know who she is. It's going to be me, her, and my brother is Garrett, aka Big Celtic, and my little brother Ian, aka you already know him, it's Bradley. So we will be starting up a label with them and whatnot. We are going to be doing that and starting our own stuff. And now that I've gotten marketing down to an art, almost, like I've been studying, you know, marketing classes and how to do it properly. Now that I've got that underneath my belt, I can start marketing and make some money off this. So yeah. But right now, guys, like I said, I'm not here as an artist or any of that stuff. I'm here as a person and as a fellow YouTuber, speaking the truth about these groups and what they really do. This is not just happening to me. This is happening to many people all over the world. I've actually spoken with a few people who this has happened to. It's a very bad pandemic all over the world right now, and it needs to be put to a stop, plain and simple. YouTube's in a very weird, messed up place right now. And like I said, I'm just a simple person trying to make a living on here. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all any of us are trying to do. But when you have these groups going out and doing this evil, malicious, vile, cruel stuff, it makes it very hard. It really does. But if you guys do agree or don't agree, leave your comments below as to why you do or don't agree. And if you did like this, be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell all found down below. Be on the lookout for a brand new song dropping today, as well as a brand new cover, guys. Y'all know I gotta do that cover, man. Y'all know, I know y'all like them covers, man. But with that being said, y'all, I'm your boy, Drip Works Beats. I'll catch y'all later, man.